Attention passionate Cleveland Browns fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Cleveland Browns fans. Let's get to the news. Now, Browns fans, get ready, because there's a buzz in the air that has been spreading like wildfire across Cleveland and throughout the NFL community. And it has all centered around one of the most exciting yet unexpected developments of the preseason so far, Sherrod Sanders, the young quarterback out of Colorado, making a surprising but promising debut in Cleveland. That's right, Sherrod Sanders, the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, is getting his shot to shine in the Browns' preseason opener. And let me tell you, this isn't just a media stunt or a rookie hype. It has a storyline that could reshape the Browns' quarterback picture and perhaps even alter the division's power balance. First, let us set the stage a little bit. Cleveland, as you all well know, has been navigating through an interesting period. The team has been competitive with a talented roster that is built to contend, especially on defense, thanks to stars like Garrett, who is arguably one of the most feared pass rushers in the league. Garrett himself has been vocal about the team's ambitions, and with a defense that consistently ranks among the league's best, the Browns have been trying to find that stable, long-term answer at quarterback, and that's where it gets complicated. The team currently has a bit of a quarterback carousel, with veterans like Joe Flacco and younger, more promising talents like Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel, all vying for a spot. But injuries have shaken things up a bit, especially with Pickett and Gabriel, which has opened the door for Sanders, who at just 23 years old is seen by many as a bit of an underdog. Now, let us talk about Sherrod Sanders. This guy has had a remarkable college career, especially at Jackson State and then Colorado, where he really proved that he has got the talent, the arm strength, and the football IQ to compete at the highest levels. Despite playing well, he surprisingly fell in the NFL draft to the 144th pick, which was quite a shock for many analysts. It's one of those stories that makes you wonder about the draft process, how a player with his credentials slips so far, but it also fuels the narrative that he is here to prove doubters wrong. And if any team can give him that chance, it's the Browns, a franchise known for developing young talent and turning potential into production. The news that Sherrod Sanders will be starting in the Browns' preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers is huge. It's not just a symbolic gesture. It has a clear message from the coaching staff that they are giving him an opportunity to showcase what he can do, to show that he belongs at this level. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski confirmed this move, and that is significant. It indicates that they are taking a serious look at Sanders, not just as a camp arm or a backup, but as someone who could potentially earn a role on the team's roster. Garrett's reaction to Sanders stepping into the spotlight was particularly interesting. Garrett, as one of the most outspoken leaders on the team, described Sanders as funny, optimistic, light-hearted, but also emphasized that he takes his craft seriously. Garrett's words reveal a lot about the kind of competitor Sanders is and how he is viewed within the locker room. Garrett also pointed out that Sanders is watching what the other quarterbacks are doing, learning from them, and doing things his own way. That's key. It's exactly the kind of mentality you want in a young QB trying to carve out a path in the NFL. Garrett's comments also suggest that Sanders isn't just there to fill a roster spot. He is genuinely working hard to earn his place, and that's what Browns fans should be excited about. Now, let us analyze Sanders' current position on the depth chart. Right now, he is probably fourth, behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel. Flacco, at 40 years old, is more of a veteran presence, a seasoned backup who can step in when needed. But let us be honest, Flacco isn't the long-term answer for Cleveland. Pickett, though talented, has had an inconsistent start to his NFL career, and injuries have hampered his development. Gabriel, a 24-year-old with promise from Oregon, has yet to establish himself fully at the pro level. So in this scenario, Sanders has a real shot to move up the ranks if he impresses during the preseason and training camp. It's not out of the realm of possibility that he could, within a year or two, challenge for a starting role, especially if he shows flashes of that college magic we saw at Colorado. Preseason is often a testing ground for young quarterbacks, a time to evaluate their decision-making, arm strength, mobility, and leadership. And Sanders, with his impressive college stats over 600 passing yards and 30 touchdowns in his last season alone, has the tools to turn heads. His style is dynamic, and he is known for his ability to extend plays and make big throws under pressure. That kind of talent is attractive in today's NFL, where mobility and improvisation are highly valued. But it's not just about talent. It's about consistency, football IQ, and the ability to adapt to NFL defenses. That's what makes his debut in Cleveland so intriguing. The Browns are giving him a real shot, and if he can perform well, it could shake up their quarterback plans significantly. Looking ahead, the Browns' season outlook is quite optimistic. They've built a solid team around a strong defense, and with Deshaun Watson having a full offseason to recover and develop chemistry with the offense, they aiming high. The addition of Sanders, even if just as a developmental prospect, adds an extra layer of excitement. Imagine a scenario where Sanders impresses during preseason, earns a roster spot, and then in a couple of seasons, becomes a legitimate contender for the starting job. That would be a huge boost for the franchise, especially if the team continues to improve defensively and adds some key pieces on offense. And let us not forget the historical context. The Browns have always been a team with a passionate fan base, a storied franchise that's known for resilience and fighting spirit. They've faced their share of ups and downs, but every season brings hope. The recent move to start Sanders is a reminder that Cleveland isn't afraid to take chances, to invest in young talent, and to believe in their future. It's a bold statement that reflects the team's mindset. They're not just here to compete. They're here to win, and they're willing to give talented players like Sanders a shot to prove themselves. Of course, fans are buzzing on social media, debating whether Sanders will be the next great Browns quarterback, or if he is just a preseason flash in the pan. That's part of the fun, right? The excitement of seeing a young player get his shot, the hope that maybe, just maybe, this is the start of something big. And regardless of how things unfold, it's clear that the coaching staff is giving Sanders a platform to shine, and the fans are eager to see what he can do under the bright lights of the preseason. As we look at the bigger picture, this move also sends a message across the league. The Browns are not just relying on their veterans. They're willing to take risks on young talent, to develop future stars, and to challenge the status quo. It's a strategy that could pay off in a big way if Sanders can adapt quickly, learn from the veterans, and show the NFL what he is capable of. And I think Browns fans should be excited about that possibility. Because if Sanders can develop into a competent starter, it could change the entire trajectory of this franchise, elevating them from playoff contenders to Super Bowl hopefuls. Now I want to emphasize that preseason is just the beginning. There's a long road ahead, lots of practice, games, and growth. But the fact that Sanders is getting this opportunity and that the coaching staff is openly supporting him is a testament to the team's forward-thinking approach. Browns fans, this is the kind of story that can energize a fan base and rekindle hope for the future. I mean, who would have thought a fifth-round pick out of Colorado would be starting a preseason game for Cleveland? That's the beauty of the NFL. It's unpredictable, it's exciting, and it's full of stories just waiting to be written. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Sanders has what it takes to make a real impact? Are you excited to see him in action during the preseason? Or do you think it's just a temporary shot in the dark? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. This team is on the rise, and with young talent like Sherrod Sanders stepping into the spotlight, the future looks brighter than ever. Keep the faith, Browns fans, because we're witnessing something special, and I can wait to see how this story unfolds. Remember, football is a game of patience, perseverance, and passion. The Browns have all of that, and now they've got a young QB with a chip on his shoulder, eager to prove himself. It's the kind of story that fires up the fan base and reminds us all why we love this sport. So stay excited, stay engaged, and let us see where this journey takes us. Because one thing is for sure, Cleveland is ready to make some noise, and Sherrod Sanders might just be a big part of that. Thanks for sticking with us, Browns fans. We'll be back soon with even more inside scoop, analysis, and all the latest from Berea. Until then, keep the faith and let us ride this wave together. Cleveland Browns, let us go.